Hello and welcome to the second press conference of DRMC Model Event Conference 2022. This time we have the Economic and Financial Committee, the second committee of the General Assembly. We also have the DIAS members as well as delegate. Included with us, we have the correspondents of the International Press Corps. So first up, we want to ask our executive board members of ECOFIN about the agenda. Could they give us a short brief? So requesting the chairperson first.
Thank you, Honorable Head of IP, and good afternoon to the DIAS members of ECOFIN, International Press, delegates, and the correspondents. So the agenda of ECOFIN this time is the normalization of cryptocurrency in the world economy. So here we are mainly talking about what are the limitations, what can come and what can cause the problem. The delegates are actually discussing about how cryptocurrency cannot be implemented so far, or what are the main limitations, what can be done in order to prevent those limitations, how it's hard to regulate the bitcoins, and it's how much infrastructural development a country needs and how much ECOFIN will be able to provide in case of implementing all these things. The delegates are in the moment of discussion, and we are expecting that within a day or two we can actually provide with a resolution where we can answer all these questions. That's all that we have so far done.
Thank you so much, sir. We will directly go to the Q&A session. So are there any questions by the correspondents? Please raise your placards if you have any questions. Correspondents. So the order for the first two questions is going to CNN followed by Al Jazeera. CNN first.
The press wants to know, why does USA still use bitcoins even if it has proven to be an appealing and profitable target for criminals?
Can the delegate of the USA stand up? Yes.
Thank you, honorable correspondent, for the question. So the question was why does USA still think even after the criminal activities? So here, what USA is doing is USA is instead fighting fraud using this technology. USA has been always welcoming the new technologies. USA has been playing the leading roles in new technologies, and we are doing the same here. We are creating a structure where it would be used. We are creating laws, how there would be taxes, how it would be regulated, and we are moving forward on it. So, and criminal activities, USA is continuously fighting against it. Yeah, just thinking of criminal activities and avoiding it, not welcoming a new technology is not the option. The new technology, new era is inevitable, and we have the answer for it. Thank you.
Thank you, correspondent. Thank you, Al Jazeera followed by AFP. Al Jazeera first.
China aims to separate cryptocurrency from NFTs. The press wants to know, why does it feel necessary to do so?
We have China. Will you please repeat your question?
China aims to separate cryptocurrency from NFTs. The press wants to know, why does China feel the necessity to do so?
As we know, NFTs are the kind of the personal properties there, like digital assets which can be sold from one seller to the buyer. But cryptocurrencies are actually currencies which are untraceable. They cannot be counterfeited, and most importantly, they are not centralized. So cryptocurrencies have volatility. Their prices go up and they go down. So it's a high risk for the Chinese economy that we instate this cryptocurrency to our economy. That's why we have separated the NFT from the crypto, because NFTs are like people's digital assets. They are not circulated too much like the cryptocurrency.
Thank you so much. We'll move to AFP followed by Reuters. AFP.
The press wants to know from Bangladesh, while other Asian countries are normalizing the use of cryptocurrency, but still why Bangladesh is not being able to adapt to it.
Thank you for this question. Actually, Bangladesh is now, so we have not much money for investing in cryptocurrencies, as it is a risk. We have a risk on it. So we think of our people that they earn hardly, and we can throw them to the backside, because lots of money which is invested in cryptocurrencies are thrown into the black market. So that's the main reason.
Thank you so much. Moving towards Reuters, followed by Times of India.
The press wants to know from the delegate of Canada that why have they failed to identify the loopholes of the current financial system of their country?
Canada, floor is yours.
Thank you, Honorable Correspondent, for asking this question. Canada has faced some cryptocurrency fraud or cryptocurrency fraud back in the day, where we have seen that the people complained to the OSC that over $190 million of cryptocurrency was lost from them by popular cryptocurrency chains. So as per the question asked, why Canada is not being able to have a proper financial security, we are just to let you all know that Canada is trying to make a financial system which will have a regulatory framework, which will ensure the consumer security, which will ensure the financial stability, which will ensure that everyone is getting this equal amount of money and they are not getting lost from it. That's all.
Thank you. Moving towards the Chatterbox, British Broadcasting Corporation, followed by Al Jazeera.
Many other Middle Eastern countries have accepted cryptocurrencies, but the government of Egypt deems it as haram. The press wants to know from the delegate of Egypt, is it truly justifiable to deem it as haram, or is there some other ulterior motive?
Yes.
Thank you for asking the question. See, Egypt at the moment does believe that that cryptocurrency should be haram and should be forbidden from, and that its residents should not be able to trade with crypto, and because of the risks that come with it, the financial volatility, the fact that it's purely a digital currency, and the fact that it has less security and more anonymity, and of how it increases the inequality gap. These are concerns that Egypt has taken up, and while the rest of the world and while the rest of the Middle East do want to go towards the future and whatnot, Egypt wants to think about its religious values, the value of the people, and think exactly what direction they're going ahead. At the moment, cryptocurrency has not proven to be very reliable. In the future, maybe. See, in 2018, there was an attempt at making a cryptocurrency that had its value derived from gold, and hoping that it would be considered halal. And while there has been progress in that, it still has not nurtured enough in the year 2022. So Egypt wants to keep it haram and forbidden for now. Thank you.
Thank you, delegation of Egypt. We move to Al Jazeera and then Times of Al Jazeera.
Malaysia has seized 1,720 Bitcoin machines in an electricity theft crackdown. The press wants to know, how will Malaysia encourage Bitcoin miners to mine legally?
Malaysia, floor is yours.
Thank you for the question, sir. So I'd like to answer the question by saying that according to the Central Bank of Malaysia, Bank Negara of Malaysia, it states that that Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies are not serving as legal tenders in the country, but when they are used as legal tenders, they are going to be seized. But if they are not used as those, they can be treated as commodities of personal choice. They can be used for personal transactions only. For that reason, we have seized them, but we are not going to seize them if they are used for personal transactions.
Thank you, sir. Final question. New York, we have Times of India and the New York.
So my question is, the first wants to know from the delegate of Egypt, why does Egypt oppose the idea of using cryptocurrency?
Point of personal privilege. Could you repeat the question again?
The press wants to know from the delegate of Egypt, why does Egypt oppose the idea of using cryptocurrency?
I believe I gave a sufficient answer with the previous question and the previous reporter, but even so, I will answer it again. See, in Islam, you have to have your money be physical, be cash, and the fact that cryptocurrency is purely digital it harms the values of most Muslims, and most Islamic scholars are also against it. And there are way too many factors that Egypt is concerned about, for which it cannot allow cryptocurrency to be allowed in the Arabic Republic of Egypt. It is financially unstable. People in the black market are using it to to do criminal activities and whatnot. Egypt does not believe that at the moment cryptocurrency is a viable option to use, and there are way too many risks attached, and Egypt does not want to gamble the financial lives of its people, and it wishes to help them instead, and it wishes to protect them and protect their religious values. Thank you.
Thank you once again, delegates, for being kind enough to explain once more the entire topic to the press and beyond. So we have the final question. Finally, the final question, New York Times.
The press wants to know from the delegate of UK, why does the Financial Conduct Authority of UK think that crypto assets are high risk?
UK, floor is yours.
We believe that it has a lot of risk as our beloved public have to invest their hard-earned money into it, and they will end up losing it. It's a high risk and high reward setup, basically. So if the mayor of Miami, Florida gives a statement, and then the stocks rise, but then the next day another mayor of USA then says another thing against it, the stocks may fall. Hence, we believe that it is a high risk and high reward setup.
Thank you so much, everyone. Does any of the delegate want to add something? Do you want to say anything about the agenda? Any volunteers? Seeing none, we believe we have a question from the sub-editor, sir, towards our dais.
My question is, how can students benefit from discussing such agendas in Model UN?
Anyone can answer. Open to all three dais.
So you see, students usually don't have exposure to how blockchains and such technologies work, because these are actually very new. These are still in their infancy stages. So we believe that this is the perfect time for exposure to such currencies. As we grow up in age, where we start investing in stocks. And if we're at an age where we are able to determine whether investing in S&P 500 combined is better, or investing in Ethereum or cryptocurrency is better, this is the perfect time this is the perfect age to learn about stuff like this. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Does any of the other fellow dais member want to add anything? All right. Thank you so much, delegates of ECOFIN. Thank you so much to the dais members. And viewers who are watching this press conference, stay tuned for more updates. Until that happens, we sign out from ECOFIN at DRMC Model UN Conference 2022. Bye-bye.